My name is Luly Valencia-Glenn, and I am the director of the Mesquite Learning Center of Doña Ana Community College. The Mesquite Learning Center is a learning center that is helping the low-income students that mostly live around this area, even though we have students that live far away from here too. And the purpose of this center is to provide education to those students. And we provide classes that help the students to get ready to go to the community college, like computer classes. We have math workshops. We also help students getting their GED. We have GED in English and GED in Spanish, as well as ESL classes. We work with an array of partners because the students that come to the center have several barriers that prevent them of obtaining higher education. So we work, for example, with the Workforce Solutions, with Clínica de la Familia, Jardín de los Niños, and other partners that support our students. The main focus of this center, I would say, is to provide education to those students that don't have opportunity to go other places to obtain that education. Here in the center, it's very important that we are very flexible and carry with the students, because most of the students don't have the motivation to come and get a higher education. So here at the center, the staff, all the staff treat them in a very special way, so we encourage them to get their GED, to learn English, and then to help them to transition to the community college. Very important to provide information in regards to financial aid. Many low-income students don't have that information, and they think that because they don't have the resources, economical resources, that they are not able to study. So we have information in regards to registration, financial aid, and we provide also computer classes. We help the students to get ready to transition to the community college. At this time, most of the positions right now are being funded through Doña Ana Community College. We have a lot of support of the new administrators, which is great for our center. And also we have some grants and funds from foundations. We really need to obtain more money because since this center is dealing with the students that have very low levels of education, we need to hire tutors in order to help, to help those students that want to be in the class environment, but they need extra help whenever the classes are done. So we need extra funding, and we're always writing for grants. And at this time, we have been very lucky that we obtained some grants through NMSU Foundation and through some of the foundations that provided the funding for our tutors.
Okay, so my name is Lara. The experience that I have, attending to this center is that I have the opportunity to share with people from different ethnicities, right? So, and my current job, right, is as a math tutor, and which I really enjoy doing it. Well, I was referred by the New Mexico Works program to this center. It is the way that I get to this center. The classes that I obtain here help me to get my GED, and they also help me to transfer to the community college, and then to transfer to NMSU. And also I was able to get my my citizenship. Once I obtain my degree in individualized studies, I'm planning to apply for a basic education program to continue teaching math.
We have several partners, and this began several years ago, 13 years ago, that we wrote a grant. And we started with the needs assessment of this community. So we saw that the students needed education, but they also needed other kind of help. So we started contacting several organizations. As I mentioned, for example, the Workforce Solutions, they used to come every month to talk to the students and explain to them the process of getting an employment, how to do the interviews, complete applications in order to get an employment. Also, Jardín de los Niños, that is one of the best partners that we have because they help our students taking care of their children. Most of the students that come to this center, as I mentioned, they are low-income students, so they cannot afford to have their children in a daycare. So most of them, many of them have their children in the Jardín de los Niños. We also work with Clínica de la Familia, for example, and they also used to come once a month to provide trainings in regards to health issues that the students are not aware. It is very important for the students to obtain education, and one thing that we do here in the center is when the students come to get their GED, we always tell them this is not the end, this is the beginning, because whenever you have your GED, you can continue taking classes at the community college. By talking to them about financial aid, I think that this is great because most people have the idea that education is just for rich people, which I think sometimes is the opposite, because if you don't have the economical means to support your education, you get grants, you get the lottery scholarship. So by providing information, I think it's important that those students, instead of being at home and many of them doing almost nothing, they're coming here to the center to get preparation, and you know that education opens lots of doors for them. I love to see how much students are changing their lives, and honestly for me this is a big reward every time that I see, because I witness those students when they first come here. They go through a lot of problems, they have a lot of barriers, and most of them are single mothers who are trying to get a better future for them and for their children. So for me it's so rewarding to see those students that have been crying and struggling here, so whenever they get their GED and we go to their graduation, it's like I remember everything that happened to them, that many of them think that they are not able to accomplish their educational goals. So for me it's a big satisfaction when I see that they can do it, because I really admire those students. You don't know how much they work and how much effort they put in their studies, and you can see we have a lot of successful stories. I think that Doñana Community College value our program, and I think that the new administrators are great, and I think that they are going to help us as much as they can. They have always had. My supervisor, Dr. John Walker, has been excellent all the time, trying to help me to look for other sources of funding, coming here, talking to the students, encouraging the students. So I think that Doñana Community College is very good with our center. They're helping us a lot. Right now I can tell you that the ratio will be 1 teacher with 23 students or 20 students in a class, but we also, as I mentioned, provide workshops and tutoring one-on-one. So whenever, that's for us so important to keep obtaining funding for those students that are not able to just be in the class, because many have very low levels of education, so they really need an extra help. So whenever we have the funding for those students, I am able to hire tutors. And let me tell you also that some of the tutors have been former students of us, which also creates a very nice idea for the students that are studying, because they know, we were there where you are right now. Now we're working, we transitioned to take classes at the community college, now we speak English, so it's a very good example for them. So for me, the tutors are vital, and that's what I need more funding for my center in order to keep and have stability for those students.
I got here my GED in 2009, okay, and I also get computer classes, which helped me a lot with my, when I entered to the college, and ESL classes. I also take here ESL classes. Well, either help me with college classes. Now I am a tutor. I work here at the front desk, help the students, and I also had a basic ESL class, which I like a lot. Well, this center I think is very good, very blessed, because we help people, and it also help me adult basic education, and help us to learn English, which it is hard for I don't want to say old people, but it's hard because we are all like kids. They are like a sponge. They learn quickly, but for adult people it's very hard. It's very hard, but this center is help me, and I know help other people a lot. It's very, very blessed. I am planning to get my associate in early child next May. It's my goal, and I want to try to work here as not as a tutor, but as a regular employee, to help other people. Like these people help me, I want to help other people to learn. I think the first thing we need to come here and get some knowledge, and it's hard. I know it is hard because we are adult, we have so many things to do, we have family, but we can do it. We can do it. Even though it's hard, we can do it.
At this time, the space. In the past, when we had the grant, we were able for 13 years already to also use the facilities at the Witness Seat program and after school program, which is an awesome program too. And we used to be partners with them, because the parents of those children that were at the Witness Seat, they used to come here, and they come, many of them still come. But right now, we're not able to use. We're in the process of signing a contract because we really need that space. As you can see, there's a lot of students and the space is really limited here. So I really need more space in order to accommodate all the needs of the educational needs that this community has. And I also wanted to tell you that we have what we call the point value system, in which we receive second-hand clothes donations that are in very good condition. Some people bring us new stuff. And so we, twice a year, have this program in which we provide the students with some points whenever they finish the exam, whenever it's raining, and they don't have transportation and they come on a rainy day and they do homework which is not mandatory. So it's a way for us to motivate those students, so we give them points during the semester. And twice a year we have in the big room that we have everything that we have received. And many of the products that are sent here are in very good conditions. And products that people have in their houses, they never use it, the students can use it very much. So we have that, and we provide to the students the opportunity of receiving everything that they need, including clothes for children, items for the kitchen, the house, clothes for them, toys, sometimes food. People bring us cans of food, so they're able to exchange, and they are very happy because they know that everything that they're getting is because they deserve it. They work really hard to obtain those points. If it is going to be second-hand clothes or a few items new that they would like to donate, they can just contact me. My telephone number is 575-528-4054. My email address is Luly, L-U-L-Y, Vale, V-A-L-E, @nmsu.edu. I think that this program is very beneficial for Las Cruces because the students that come here to the center are not able to go other places, especially the ones that live around this area, because they don't have transportation. I know that there's other programs that offer the classes, but I think that we are unique in the terms that we work with so many partners that we are helping those students, seeing them with their whole needs, not just education, but we refer them to our partners. So if they need daycare, we help them to get daycare. If they're not working, we help them to find a job. And especially when they come here and they start getting their GED and transfer to Doña Ana Community College, this center is changing students' lives. And also their families, because they're being a great model for their children. Now the mom is studying, they want to study too. Our expectation is that whenever they are done from here, they transition to start taking credit classes at the community college. We offer a couple of classes here. We want to work as a bridge for them. Many students are a little bit afraid of going to the big environments, so by providing here a couple of credit classes, they start here, and when they are done with those classes, they can see that they are very good students, they are smart, and that they can continue their education in the community college. We have several students that have finished the community college and transferred to NMSU all the way to their master's degree. So we're very proud of that. And most of the students that have getting the associate degree are working right now. So I think that for the city of Las Cruces, this is great because we're putting people out of the welfare program by helping them with education.